Hey, what's going on, my St. Louis City fam? It's your girl Kelly, and I'm here to give you the rundown on what happened in St. Louis City government last week. And here's what you need to know. Because, yes, y'all, I know y'all miss me. I miss y'all too. The Board of Aldermen, they were on their summer break, and they have returned, and they are in full effect, y'all. So let me get into this, what happened last week. So, first, the Board of Aldermen, they about to make it rain with these speed humps, y'all, throughout the city. So during the Streets, Traffic, and Refuse Committee meeting, damn near all the bills discussed were those requesting speed humps on streets. I'm going to lift up a few of those requests. So first, Alderwoman Clark Hubbard, she requested speed humps on the 5200 block of Vernon, as well as the 5300 block of Ridge. Also, Alderman Todd, he requested speed humps on the 4250 block of Enright, the 4100 block of McPherson, the 1800 block of Prairie, and the 3900 and 4000 blocks of Westminster Place. These bills passed out of the committee with a due pass recommendation, and they will head to the full Board of Aldermen for final passage. The second thing you need to know, there's possible development going down in the JVL and industrial development on North Broadway. So during the HUDs, or the Housing, Urban Development, and Zoning Committee meeting, there was legislation discussed that if passed, like I said, it would result in some new development. So first, Alderwoman Davis, she presented legislation for a project that will renovate a currently occupied apartment building. And the apartment building that she's talking about is Metropolitan Village. It is located on Franklin in between Compton and Cardinal. So this project would renovate those buildings, those units, and demolish 2 vacant homes to create a community space for residents in the JVL neighborhood, JVL, aka the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood. So when we're talking about these renovations, so we're talking about 147 units. In each unit, we're talking about $67,000 worth of renovations on each unit, y'all. And these apartments are affordable apartments for seniors. The project will cost about $23.4 million. So where will these coins come from to pay for this project, right? So in addition, obviously the developer, they got to put in on the coins. LIHTC, aka low income housing tax credits at the state level, will help. Also, they're looking at a 15-year tax abatement. Now, I want to let people know, tax abatement don't mean that the folks ain't paying no taxes. A tax abatement means that they'll be paying the taxes for what the property was worth before the improvements and the upgrades was made to the piece of property. So what was the verdict with this bill? The bill passed out of committee with a due pass recommendation, and it will head to the full Board of Aldermen for final passage. And then the other piece of legislation, because I said it was 2 pieces of legislation. So Alderwoman Middlebrook presented a resolution that, if passed, would designate a property on North Broadway as an enhanced enterprise zone, also known as an EEZ. So what is an EEZ? EEZs are specified geographic areas designated by local governments and certified by the state that provide state tax credits and also local tax abatements for projects to encourage job creation in a blighted area. Clementine's Creamery is the business seeking this EEZ designation. And this is a woman-owned ice cream business. It has 6 locations throughout the area, and it's looking at this space on North Broadway to serve as its spot for manufacturing. Now, this space on North Broadway has 23,000 square feet of industrial space and 2,100 square feet of office space. In this space, it actually used to house Dogtown Pizza before they ended up relocating to the 4th floor. This project will cost $2.2 million, and it will create 30 jobs over the course of 5 years with an average salary of $50,000. So what was the verdict with this resolution? So it passed out of the HUD's committee, and it went before the full Board of Aldermen last Friday, and all the members of the Board of Aldermen, they approved the resolution. It passed. So there you go, y'all. There you go. And the last thing you need to know, as far as what happened last week in St. Louis City government, $10.6 million in ARPA coins. Yes, y'all, the American Rescue Plan Act. That's still a thing. So $10.6 million in ARPA funding may go to support the arts. So a bill was discussed at the Convention and Tourism Committee meeting requesting $10.6 million in ARPA coins to fund programs administered by the Regional Arts Commission, aka the RAC. And this bill was sponsored by Alderman Gunther. So first off, the RAC. Who these people? So to put it briefly, as is expressed on their website, the RAC is an investor in the arts and artists. Now, check out Alderman Gunther's reasoning as to why these coins are so desperately needed to support our arts and culture in the city of St. Louis.
The report said that there's over $600 million a year that is directly attributed to arts and culture throughout our region as an economic impact. That is larger than all sports in the city of St. Louis combined. So our arts community has a larger economic impact than all of our sports. It also goes on to say that this sector, our arts sector, supports over 19,000 full-time jobs in our region. And with that, we have over 15,000 individual artists that are supported through our network of arts groups. As of September 2020, the arts nonprofits in the St. Louis region reported $35.8 million loss of revenue due to COVID-19. So we have a large gap of funding, and this is not only the funding that we receive through our taxes, through our hotels taxes, but this is also a large gap of funding from individual contributions from, when we're listening to the radio and they have that pledge drive going on, a lot of the arts organizations have seen a dramatic decrease in contributions from the individuals as well as from our tax base. So we're hoping that with this $10.6 million, that this will be funds that from now through 2025 will be able to be allocated through three different kind of subcategories. And if you look in the bill at Exhibit A kind of outlines how those three subcategories of funding will be used from now through 2025. So this $10.6 million is actually spread out over a number of years, but it is what we believe will be helpful and help not only replace lost revenue, but also help grow our arts programming and our culture in the city of St. Louis. So
what are these three categories as far as how these coins would be spent? So the first category is general operating support grants. $4 million will go towards that. And these grants would support arts and culture organizations in the production and presentation of artistic activities engaging diverse audiences. The second category, program support grants. So $3.3 million will go towards that, and these grants will provide program and project-based support to arts and culture organizations and non-arts nonprofit organizations. These projects could include things like festivals, murals, public theater, and youth development programs. And then the last category, artist support grants. $3.3 million will go towards that, and these grants serve as funding for the career advancement of individual artists. So what was the final verdict with this bill? After several speakers spoke in favor of the bill, it was passed out of the committee with a due pass recommendation, and yes, it will head to the full Board of Aldermen for final passage. That's all I have for y'all this week. Please stay safe out there, and you will see me soon. Peace.